Hello, everyone. Welcome to our amazing Web3 Creator Series, where we endeavor to learn more about NFT artists, crypto enthusiasts, and NFT creators. Today, we have an amazing individual. He documents graffiti artists and their amazing work. Welcome, everyone. Bumpen. Bumpen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Karim.
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking the time really to sit down with me. I find that your work is quite unique, and it's something I think a lot of people are going to appreciate, especially that I think a lot of people might look at graffiti and have different thoughts about it. I'm interested to learn from you how you got into the NFT space, kind of what attracted you to, start getting your NFTs and even your experience up on OpenSea and platforms like that.
I will start with my introduction to the blockchain, actually.
Okay.
Started about 10 years ago when good friends of mine were pretty active in the Tel Aviv Bitcoin embassy. And then I was getting exposed to the blockchain concept, and I can say from there the way to meet the NFT world was pretty short. I'm an artist, active over the 10 years. That's it. I would say that in general, I was always interested in economy, and I could see how the blockchain can offer a different way to approach economy and to offer a new way to balance the world resources, or this representational resources. I think NFT is a natural expansion of that concept. Later on, when I started investigating about NFTs, I realized that a key part they can help artists there and serve the artist is the smart contract that inside. I could see how it can solve the difficulties that the artists encounter in the art industry. I think the smart contract can keep the artists updated with the value of the work, motivated them to continue work and expand.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, and everything you said is true. The blockchain being an immutable ledger, so you can make sure you document everything and it's always there. It can't be altered. That's a great way to document things. And then why wouldn't that logically translate into art, correct? Because you don't want to just document transactions. You don't want to just say, okay, this is limited to bank ledger type of work. We want to expand this into the field of creative endeavors, which is what you're doing. And I agree with everything you said there. I see blockchain as the future. I also see NFTs as an extension of that. So is DeFi, GameFi, and everything else like that. I'm really excited for the documentation you do and put up as well in the NFT space. So how often do you create? Is it something that takes days, weeks, months? How often is your scope of creation?
Thanks to my mobility and my locations around my life, it's in Tel Aviv, Athens, and Berlin. I get exposed to a lot of activity and street art activity and graffiti in general. Then I would say I get exposed daily, on a daily basis. I'm PDL art and active a bit by myself. Then I would say I almost produce images daily.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of creative input. So if you're doing daily work and you're documenting graffiti as you talk about, what's your creative process? If I'm walking by and say Tel Aviv or Berlin or whatever city I happen to be, and I see some artwork that pops out, what's kind of the creative process from there? Do you document it with your camera? Do you take a look at it and assess it? How do you go about that?
My creative process start obviously with curating the graffiti art I think should be archived. And then it continue of me actually taking a photo and creating an NFT with it. Means in a way I legalized the graffiti art. At the same time I archive the graffiti art that probably will be erased or faded out. I also take this illegal activity and bring it into the virtual world and legalize it.
I think that's great that you're doing that, because I've seen a lot of great graffiti, maybe on old train stations, maybe as you're driving along, you see graffiti art, and some of it isn't as creative as others, but some of it you can tell someone really put their heart and soul and took a lot of cans of spray paint to really do that. And even though some people would consider it legal or vandalism in some cases, sometimes it really is a work of art that someone's speaking to. So it's great that you're actually taking that, making a document of it, making it a part of history, and letting other people enjoy that. Because while somebody can go ahead and create different types of creations or generate them through computer art, it really takes a lot of time, if you're a painter, if you're an artist or graffiti artist, to create that creation, put it somewhere so someone can see it and someone can appreciate it. And I find graffiti does capture a lot of historical events, a lot of cultural events, so there's massive value in that. So with that being said, you go ahead, you go to these places, say in Berlin, Tel Aviv, and you go ahead and document your work. If you were to say, hey, these are some different types of graffiti that I really, really enjoy, where's the best place for people to go ahead and find you?
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I understood right the question. You trying to ask where people can access and contact me. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct. Basically, what I'm trying to do is someone says, wow, I've never heard of the NFT space having graffiti art before. Maybe they're thinking of the traditional like pixelated things or Bored Ape Yacht Club or something like that, and they're thinking, oh, well, NFTs have to be a certain way. And that's what I even tend to thought. But when you get in it, you see there's phygital things, there's digital and physical, there's different types of NFTs like tickets, and then there can also be what you're doing, which is graffiti NFTs. I think a lot of people will be intrigued. So yes, where could they find your work specifically?
So at the moment, collectors can find my art on OpenSea. My stage name again is Bumpen, Bumpen. Till today, there are 3 collections under the name of the Graffiti Collective. I believe by the end of the year there will be around 6 to 8 collection with 100 NFT each. And I will also take advantage this stage to say that I do look for graffiti artists to approach me, to collaborate, and to create NFT togethers. Means I will cut them in with the NFT smart contract, so I make sure they have a benefit from any future sale. So
Yeah, I think that's really noble you're doing that, because you're not just saying, hey, I found a random graffiti here, or hey, this is graffiti, I'm just going to take pictures and profit. You're actually going to the actual artist who spent the time, the resources, because sometimes it takes a lot of cans of spray paint, the effort, the grueling work, making sure they got their graffiti there, and then you let them know, hey, I love your graffiti work, who are you? I'm so-and-so, and then you collaborate with them as well, so they know they can actually get some, hopefully, financial reward out of what they're doing. Because any type of art, in my opinion, if you're putting your heart and soul in it, needs to have some type of recognition. And I like that you're doing that. Now, I looked at some pieces. There's a lot of interesting graffiti art. is there a particular one or a particular piece that you really like?
I think that in general, I would say that the style I connected the most is ignorant style. And if I connect, I would say two works I connect the most. One of them is Skull and Knife. It's in collection number 2. Double check 1 second. Sorry. I'll say it again. I have two favorite pieces. I would say the first one is Skull and Knife on Graffiti Collective number 1. I think what I like there is how few artists basically doing a layer works on top of each other, creating creating almost a sentence on the wall. Honestly, I tend to like the best this kind of work, that the streetwear let you feel the layers and the time that passing by and the process on the wall. So this was the first one, and the second one is on the same collection. It's Graffiti Collective number 1, and it's called Smiley Splash. It's a smiley on a yellow wall. In this work, I can say I connected to the effort that can almost trigger in your mind how it's being done. I mean, the action, the moment of activity of this work being executed. And you can almost feel the adrenaline of the person who did it at the same time. Very expressive.
Yeah, I like those two too. Definitely the smile one is quite distinct, and the skulls. But yeah, I think the more expressive, the more entertaining, or even sometimes the more shocking graffiti art is, it's going to capture the attention of people. Or if there's a certain cultural icon or movement or idea behind that, a lot of people are really going to gravitate towards that. So I appreciate you sharing those collections on OpenSea, and definitely if you're taking a look at graffiti art, if you want to know about graffiti art in the NFT space, take a look at Bumpen, because he has some amazing things right here. So the last thing I want to ask you, Bumpen, is if you're trying to find NFT news and NFT information, where is the best place to go to?
My main resource to actually get updates about the NFT worlds is NFT Plazas.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And is there anything else you want to share or talk about or let other people know about your work or any future projects that you might have coming up?
I have many ideas about future projects. Some of them involved more graffiti activity, and some of them are completely new. So better stay tuned. You can get my contact on NFTs page, and my email is there, and probably will come a website soon. So please stay tuned. Thank you very much for everything.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking your time. Very unique stuff. And I think a lot of people who are looking at graffiti are going to see it in a different light. I think graffiti artists will appreciate that you're reaching out to them and acknowledging their work. And really, a lot of people who look at graffiti maybe in a negative light can style now to look at it in a positive light and say, wow, this is actually a great work of art. Someone really put the time into this, just like somebody would with a paintbrush or doing Photoshop on their computer. So really, really appreciate your time, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
All All right, everyone. I'm Kareem Mays, your host, with our Web3 Creator Series, where we endeavor to talk to crypto enthusiasts, NFT artists, and learn more about them. We just had an amazing conversation with Bumpen, who documents NFT art through the power of graffiti. Definitely check him out on OpenSea, and we will see you in the next episode.